Hello, Namaste. My name is G.R. Reddy. Today, I'm going to bring up a very important issue in terms of the technology that we use from the point of view of people. I've been working with more than 3,000 small, mid-sized enterprises over the last 19 years. And what I really found was that the companies who have adopted well in terms of a people-related automation were able to really successfully implement most of the technology tools and the ERPs in their businesses, and also got really benefited. And I have seen some of them really growing from a very small, tiny organization to a large organization. And today I want to talk about this issue, how it will really help you to be able to adapt as fast as possible. So that you don't have to reinvent a wheel when you are becoming a bigger organization, or when your team size is larger, and then adaptation will become really challenging. And today, people function is the most digitized function as on today, with the pandemic around, and also people working from home or working from away from the actual work location that we were always boasting about. And today, the adaptation is happening very, very much. And this adaptation is very relevant at this point of a time. And let me tell you, I think this is the right time that if you want to implement anything which is technology related to people, there is no better time than this. Our research shows in many ways that if a company has not adopted the technology from the day one as a startup, and we found at the third year of their existence, when they're actually crossed the first milestone and they're actually moving into the next milestone, we found that more than 30% of an yearly salary has gone actually into the reimbursement of the leave encashment. So what happens is, most of the times they don't track from the day one, and you never know how people would have taken leaves, etc. There's no track, and it gets accumulated over a period of time when you really are standardizing your HR processes. The day when you standardize your HR processes, automatically the entire backlog comes into place, and then this is really costly. Rather, if you just adopt any cloud application today, I think it'll be more easier, tomorrow, to save so much of cost. And people are definitely one of the biggest costs that startups will find it difficult going forward when they're growing, if there's not much of funding or not much of a revenue generated. So this is very important. And also, more importantly, once you actually have a set of team, the taxes which is to be deducted, and the changing laws are happening quite a bit. And then it is very important for you to be able to provide a right guidance, to be able to statutorily compliant with the law of land. And here I think the tax deduction also helps uh, very much in terms of employee engagement and satisfaction. And that's where a cloud application probably has a specialization, will always help you in adopting to this tax implication. And we also noticed that there is more than 10 to 15% of the executive time and the HR time goes off between the December to March of every year for any company, because by March, I think all the deductions have to be done on the taxes. And most of the times in India, our teams will always wait for the last minute to save something, and then they don't save, and they lose a lot of money in terms of, at least psychologically, that they lose a lot of money that they have to pay through taxes because they haven't saved what they promised initially. So I think this way, you'll also save lots of time and effort during this time. More importantly, that you need to understand is adaptation of a cloud technology in people is more easier and affordable today. And in fact, some of the tools that you have also are free, up to 20 people or 10 people, which you can actually start using, because there is no harm in actually start using. Once you get used to this, and if your teams are getting used to this, it will become more easier into the future. And also, please understand that don't worry that, if I have into this system the data, and what will happen to, my next time when I'm actually going for a large ERP implementation or whatever it is. Let me tell you that in typical ERP implementations, HR is the last one implemented. and accept that employee data. But rest of the modules are implemented very late. But one way today, every cloud application, it has a capability to integrate with any of the systems. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to really think about that. I'm going to actually implement a large ERP, hence, I will actually do it then. It will never happen. You just have to start today. I think there's no better time than today in terms of creating your people's expectation on the technology and also getting used to this technology. I think this is one of the best time. I would urge everyone using the cloud, HR cloud application, which is available. There are many cloud applications. I think you should just evaluate one of these and go ahead. If you are still really worried about that, how do I start? Where do I start? Just go ahead and log in onto our system, apphusys.com, and you are free to actually use an instance. You can create yourself and start using it. You don't have to have an interface of us up to 20 people. Anything more than 20, I think our teams will be available. But definitely, I would request you to implement your cloud HR application today. I wish you all the best and good luck, and wishing you a great business in the new normal. All the best. All the best to you. Thank you so much, and greetings from Husys.